A lot of you were on the fucking Zoom and you were doing the following, looking at your mail, sending texts to each other about what an asshole the other person is, okay? Not paying attention, not reading your stuff, and if you don't think that slows down efficiency, creativity, creates rudeness and stuff, it does, okay? And when I found out that people are doing that, you don't do that in my goddamn meetings. You go to a meeting with me, you got my attention, you got my focus. I don't bring my goddamn phone. I'm not sending texts to people, okay? It simply doesn't work. And it doesn't work for creativity. It slows down decision making. And don't give me the shit that work from home Friday works. I call a lot of people on Friday. There's not a goddamn person you get a hold of. The young generation is being damaged by this. That means they may or may not be on your particular staff, but they are being left behind. They're being left behind socially, ideas, meeting people. In fact, my guess is most of you live in communities a hell of a lot less diverse than this room. Now, you have a choice. You don't have to work at JP Morgan. That's fine with me. I'm not mad at you. Don't be mad at me. It's a free country. You can walk with your feet, but this company is going to set our own standards and do it our own way. And I've had it with this kind of stuff. I've been working 7 days a goddamn week since COVID, and I come in and where's everybody else? But they're here and there, and the Zooms don't show up, and people say they didn't get stuff. So that's not how you run a great company. We didn't build this great company by doing that, by doing the same semi-disease shit that everybody else does.
So this, as you can see, Jamie Dimon is super passionate about this. A lot of things I agree on regarding this. There's some things I disagree. So I'll start off with a bit of what I disagree. I don't think remote work is all bad. I'm a big believer in remote work in some instances. However, he's completely right. A lot of people ruin remote work for the rest of the world, right? So if he's complaining about, and this is what if you're doing remote work and you're not showing up for a meeting, that's going to piss a CEO off. If the CEO's there and you're not there, or if your vice president's there or whoever's there and you're not in the meeting and you're supposed to be, that's going to piss people off. If people are not paying attention during meetings, the most junior people in the room should be paying the most attention. So if a senior person's locked in and they're noticing you're not paying attention, that's an issue. Why? Because senior people usually have to handle a lot more, may not seem like it, but a lot more than junior people do in a company. In terms of whether this is good for somebody's career growth, we have to remember career growth has to do with two major things. It has to do with skills, your capabilities, but it also has to do with relationships. So when you're remote, it's harder to build relationships remotely than it is when you're in the office. So understanding that you can still choose that as a lifestyle, but understanding when that happens, people are not going to vouch for you because you need at least three things in the corporate world. You need an advisor, you need a coach, and you need a sponsor. I have a video on what's the difference between three different things, advisor, coach, and sponsor. But the main thing I'm going to focus here on is sponsor. A sponsor is somebody who says your name in rooms you don't have access to, right? So they're the ones who are pushing for that promotion behind closed doors with the decision makers. They may be one of the decision and they're pitching you in a panel and they say, hey, I think we need to look at this person, increase their compensation, give them more responsibility, give them a promotion. Now, people are less likely to sponsor you because they are risking their reputation by saying that you do really good work if they don't have enough of a bond with you, right? And I don't mean a personal bond, but they've seen you do enough really good work, right? That they know this person is trustworthy. And it's both your skill set and your professionalism. So are you showing up on time? Do you come early? Do you leave late, etc.? That is what happens. And I know people may comment, hey, this isn't right. This is all mindset. This is what works. I'm here. My channel is about showing people what works. I'm not here to necessarily make people feel great. I'm not here to do this. I'm here to really hopefully give you some of the keys to success. Not everything that sounds good in theory, but doesn't. I'm somebody who hires a ton of people. I'm somebody who's applied for a ton of jobs in the past, right? And seen this. And I mentor a bunch of people. I see what works. This is what works. So when they're telling you, and he's telling you directly, this is what I care about, and people aren't doing that, that's terrible. I would also say, I am a advocate for remote work. I feel that if you are going to work remotely, I think you should try to outpace people by at least 10%. Why? Because at that point, if you're in that 10%, they don't want to lose you. If you're showing up early, you're always in meetings, you're always being very attentive, then people can't create an issue with you working remotely. Or if they do, then that's on them. You're going to become so good that other jobs will want you. So I really, really think that if you really cherish your working remotely, you're willing to push forward. And I'm saying that as somebody, I'm remote right now. I'm in Paris. I'm in Paris right now working remotely, and my family's out, right? My family's out there outside. I'm here shooting the videos. Right? I'm not taking off from my schedule. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. The Eiffel is right there. But I'm focused on doing work, and I'm going to continue output. Last night, while my family was sleeping and the Eiffel was shimmering in the night, I was working to midnight getting some work done. Why? Because I'm still on US hours. So doing that, making sure you're pushing forward, making sure that you're on top of your game is really, really important. Don't forget that. Don't let somebody tell you, hey, it doesn't matter. Somebody is always watching. And it is important that you keep your reputation strong when you're old, but even more so when you're younger, because it's really hard to get these entry-level jobs. It's hard to move up the first couple of ranks. So the more you're able to really distinguish yourself, you're going to set yourself up for the future. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please leave that below in the comments. And if there's any video you'd like me to react to, please let me know also. I'll make sure to shout you out if we do take any of the videos that people have referred to us. All right, God bless. Hope you have an amazing day. Take care.